I believe it's 100% better as a whole because, like, you're playing one of your main mans, like Lab and Wise, coming up to 250. Like, me and him were playing back and forth. Even though he's off Xbox, he was coming to PlayStation.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This and taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2-guard spot.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
And it's George finishing it off.
Always applying the pressure. Beverly loves to attack you defensively and in transition.
Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Gasol. Back to LeBron. And the rejection by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Left side, Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. George with the ball. Gasol covering. Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
Lakers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. The drive by Schroeder. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
And Beverly kicks to George. The 3. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Caldwell Pope against George. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
James, no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Gasol finds Schroeder. In the corner, it's James. LeBron is doubled. Caldwell Pope on the wing. The 3-pointer, no good. Clippers leading by 10. George passes to Ibaka. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. The 3 from George. That doesn't go either for George.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. There's the pass to Caruso. Shot clock at 6. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
The power of LeBron. Even if you tried to give the hard foul, he'll go right through you.
So, for the Clippers, Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. Now Williams. 12 points his last outing. And It's slammed in by Williams.
Using the pick to create space, something Lou does exceptionally well.
Lakers trail by 9. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. Harrell with it. Zubac's defending. Kicks it out to James. 6 to shoot. Pass to Harrell. Tries from 10. And again, no good by the Lakers. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one. One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Morris inside. He's against Kuzma. Outside for Jackson. Passes to Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And so it's the Los Angeles. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes.
This game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the 3. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
Well, you bring up some great points. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. And the Lakers also making a change. Schroeder's checked in. Up top, Kuzma. Defended by Batum. Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. Shoots over Batum. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's Leonard missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Caruso. Misses the 3. Clippers leading by 10. Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Down low. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Coming off the screen, Kawhi attracts so much defensive attention. Hard to throw a blanket over the roller at the same time.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Beverly with the ball. Now, here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Caruso. Kuzma kicks to Harrell. Looking for Kuzma. He gets it there. Here's Horton Tucker. He's coming off a 16-point game against Phoenix. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jackson, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. LeBron's checked in for the Lakers. On the wing, Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. They get it back.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Boston Celtics. James, it's tipped. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Williams leading the charge. Morris kicks to Jackson. Williams outside. Zubac. Kennard on the wing. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Trying to end the drought. Kuzma, right side. Schroeder passes to Caruso. Shoots from 12. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from LeBron.
Nice touch on the jumper. Even at this stage in his career, LeBron's floor spacing ability continues to evolve.
Jackson kicks to Morris. And there's the pass to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
A knockdown shooter with excellent range. Kennard gives your offense the floor spacing it needs.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. And that one's good. James. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. Now the Lakers on the break. And that one's good. Caruso. Caruso's got his first points of the night.
Now, any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. A smoldering performance for them early. And that does it for our...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. George against Caldwell Pope. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
George, way outside, sinks the triple. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
When we talk about George's confidence, when you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. James, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Schroeder against Beverly. A wide open look here for Ibaka. The 19-footer is on the money. Ibaka's got 8 points.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And the Lakers also making a change. Harrell, he's checked in for LeBron. Lakers trail by 16. Here's Morris. Tips it. And Gasol able to finish.
At 7'1", it is hard to keep Marc Gasol off the glass.
Williams against Schroeder. Williams inside. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. It doesn't go for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
On the wing, George. Off target from outside.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Up again. Harrell on the follow.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
1:56 left in the third quarter of the game. Williams finds Batum. And the rejection by Harrell. 17-foot shot on the way. Can't get the tip in. Clippers leading by 12. Batum attacking, and he lays it straight in. Batum's got 6 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Gasol passes to Schroeder. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Morris against Leonard. Leonard on the wing from 12 feet out. The putback. Morris with the rebound. Lakers trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And again, no good by the Lakers. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 12 points for him.
Capable of flat-out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
Schroeder passes to Harrell. Schroeder kicks to Harrell. Morris outside. Here's Gasol. Harrell trying to free himself up. No good from Gasol.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
The shot by George, no good. It's Schroeder with the drive. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
We talk about Schroeder's toughness. Just shrugs off the hit and keeps on going.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. But they get it back. Zubac the pass to Morris. Off target from 3-point range.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And the long strides of KCP. Dangerous changing ends there, and he loves to finish in space.
Beverly against Schroeder. And here's Beverly. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. No good from Zubac. Lakers trail by 13. Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Over James, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And yeah. Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 17.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the Lakers with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Leonard attacking inside. Zubac no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular. The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
To the inside. Leonard finds Zubac. Back to Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Passes it to Harrell. Back to James. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here's George. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Pass to James. Schroeder outside. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. And Harrell slams it in.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And George with the stuff.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Schroeder passes to Harrell, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Clippers leading by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
To the middle, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Here's Jones. Ibaka with some nice D. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Outside, George. Now the pass to Beverly. And George kicks to Kennard. And Jones pulls it down. Matthews into the lane. And the rejection by Leonard. Outside for George. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining.
defense to offense and even facing last year's champion, Joe Mark. So what was your feeling?
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. And with tip-off,
Kevin, thanks.
he stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Now, here's Lillard. Trent passes to Lillard. Clock at 6. He gets it in there. Midway through the season, are teams, Brent, still trying to find their identity and evolve, or is it just a matter of building on what you've already got?
I think at this point you already know what you got, Kevin, and so what you want to do, I want to be the best at what it is that I can do, and that's where I think coaching staffs are focused right now. The ability to stop there and pull up from any distance, that's why Lillard's defenders have sleepless nights.
And finished off by LeBron.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agreed, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. Covington dishes to Lillard. Pass to Kanter. It's stolen by Morris. And here's the break. And the dunk by James.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Kanter finds Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 6.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
The Lakers on offense. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
And they get it back. And he recovers it. The shot's good from Kanter.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Down low. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Schroeder.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Lillard against Schroeder. Shoots from the line. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Now here's Anthony. A 29-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
You can't forget about all those well-timed swipes either. His timing on the defensive end was simply sublime.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. 4-point game. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
Now here's Hood. His last outing, he had 8 points. Great positioning on the putback.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
LeBron against Covington. Harrell trying to free himself up. Good work there as it goes. LeBron's got 10 points.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's Simons. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Inside, here's Cantor. And the rejection by Harrell.
And truth is, Cantor is a fairly high percentage shooter inside, sometimes better in this case to send him to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the right side. To the paint. The pass to Horton Tucker. Now LeBron. Out left to the wing. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Floats one. And no problem from Harrell as he finishes at the rim. Harrell's got his second basket.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
And so it's Damian Lillard making... Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, Anthony out there with Hood. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in at the 2. Now, here's Kuzma. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot clock at 5. Caldwell poke, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
Yeah, KCP steady there at the line. Nice work to draw the contact.
Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
On defense, the Trailblazers following the basket by LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron showing all the ways that he can dominate a game here on another level in this one.
Lillard scanning the floor. And they pick up 2.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's LeBron following the score by Damian Lillard. And he makes that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Lillard against Harrell. And again, it's Damian Lillard. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Harrell. Over to the wing. LeBron passes to Harrell. Rebounded by Anthony.
Now, there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Lillard left side, and that one drops for him.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's James. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. Portland leading. Trent passes to Anthony. And Lillard kicks to Hood. That 3 off the mark.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For Los Angeles, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
So both teams making some changes here. 1:04 left to play here in the second quarter. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. From 13, again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Caruso looking for an opening. Stolen by Kanter. And they're on the break. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Kept alive. Shots good by Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Kuzma against Anthony. Here's Gasol. Passes it to Caruso. 4 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got his second basket of the night.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 18 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in a point guard. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
For Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. A free throw good from Lillard. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Gasol kicks to LeBron. Gasol trying to free himself up. LeBron can't get it to go.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Schroeder against Lillard. Pass to Canner. It's deflected. Lillard against Schroeder. That one goes in.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. LeBron dishes to Gasol. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Back to Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
The Lakers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Schroeder. Outside, Covington. And it's blocked. Schroeder surveying the floor. And the basket is good.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Outside Hood. Outside Covington. And Morris comes over to help. Jones the pass to Cantor. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cantor's got 10.
This is the thing about Cantor. He has the size to muscle through contact and the good touch to boot.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Anthony down low. He's against Morris. Back to Anthony. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Now it's a 5-point Portland lead.
You got to be cautious if Carmelo is in these sets. He'll start to take advantage of whatever the defense is going to offer up.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team, and in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Caldwell Pope brings the double team. Outside Hood. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
And stolen by Hood. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
Nice to see LeBron have a straight line drive. Somebody fell asleep there.
Simons surveying the D. Morris against Anthony. Count it. Simons has got his second bucket of the night.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look from outside off the mark. They get a hand on it, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Trailblazers lead by... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Little. Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the one. Gasol passes to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. Drops in the layup for two.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And there's the feed to Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Caruso. Here's Schroeder. Rebounded by Anthony. Here's Simons. He's defended by Harrell. To the inside. And it's Little finishing it off.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Here's Schroeder. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 7. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lillard against Harrell. And Lillard throws it down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And that one, good. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing.
Oh,
Grab it out of half. Lillard just plays with great confidence, really feeling it here and looking to find any scoring opportunity in this one.
And he gets it back. Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. James, the pass to Kuzma. Over Jones. Los Angeles with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Los Angeles with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Lillard against James from downtown. The Lakers with the rebound. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Yeah, hard to stop LeBron from getting in that deep. So the size, the speed, the power, the position. 2 more.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Lillard up top. James covering. From deep. Kuzma pulls it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
No doubt among the best passing centers to have ever played this game. Gasol is a guy you can run your offense through, makes quick and decisive decisions.
And James throws it down hard.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Size and speed and force of LeBron James is something to behold. And he just seems to be getting better and better. That is scary.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Portland with another turnover here.
Well, that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And it's Jones with the ball for Los Angeles. They trail by 9 points. The kick out to Matthews. Inside. Here's McKinney. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 8. Good on both. And here's Kanter. From deep three-point range, no good there. So the Trailblazers win it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. So for
think your key was to your success through the tournament?
I'm confident always, but I think the experience and then just my consistency on defense, right? Against defense to offense, I gave up 26 first quarter points. That's not going to be very good. So you just have to switch things around. But yeah, the first 2 games against Brian for 3 and then
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River. And with pregame routine.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2. And that one's good. Beverley. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now, that's the staple of Kanter's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
And George, here we go. Oh, that's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Leonard from deep, 3-point land. And the 3 off target. Here's Trent. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Back to Covington. The pass to Trent. Unloads from 9. And that one goes long.
Now, I think he lets the D get to him there, and he rushes it. I mean, he has plenty of space there if he just takes his time.
And it's Leonard missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lillard, right side, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Now, here's Beverley. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Watch the screen.
To the middle, here's Ibaka. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D from Kanter.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Lillard against Beverley. Up and in on the layup.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
Now, here is George. Tight defense on him. Shots good by Ibaka.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
To the paint. It's deflected. Kanter with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's Beverley. 8 points his last outing. 5 to shoot. Leonard on the wing. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Here's George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Lillard outside. There's 47 seconds left here in the first quarter. From deep. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
It forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they wanted to. And then the game got ugly.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Lillard kicks to Cantor. Lillard against Beverly, and there's Lillard on the assist by Cantor. Lillard's got 8.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
Outside, George, and it's George finishing it off.
And that's a big boy dunk right there. He threw that down like a sledgehammer.
That is a violent attack on the rim. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He notched. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a pump.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against Golden State. Down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing by 2. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's Los Angeles now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motions.
Only surprise is that the margin wasn't greater. I mean, somehow they managed to hang around despite the lack of effort.
And the NBA, Chris, with a long regular season, we know that. Are there things that can make the season seem even longer or shorter or in between for that matter?
Yeah, Kevin, well, I'll tell you what, the cliche, time flies when you're having fun. We all know that's true. So when you're losing or not seeing eye to eye, that's when the season can really drag on.
Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. Hood, the pass to Cantor. Out to Hood. Over Kennard. Here's Cantor. Lays it up off the glass. Cantor's got 9 points.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, one play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Outside Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Simons, the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the D. Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on this team.
Here's Hood. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And the rejection by Jackson. Anthony against Morris. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the technical free throw is good.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 2008. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Count it, good. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
You got to love how clever Lillard is. I mean, he's exceptional at gutting the D apart with his dribbling moves.
George looking over the floor. And George with this stuff.
A fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. It's stolen by Morris. Zubac against Covington. Up top, Morris. Inside. Ibaka in the post. Covered by Anthony. George, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Lillard. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
George up top. Covered by Lillard. Offensive rebound. Zubac. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Looking at the Paul George trade last year, he caused an unprecedented. And
we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
We've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Derek Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard against Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Oh, what a terrible foul there. The shot clock winding down, and he ends up bailing out the offense with a silly foul.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Morris, no good.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
Pass to Ibaka. Here's Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. Ibaka with the ball. Cantor covering. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Trent passes to Jones. To the middle. Here's Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Cantor's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. Now Beverly. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got 8.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Simons the pass to Cantor. Left side Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off the shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Here's Simons. Hood, the pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Jones. The Trailblazers rebound. Back to Anthony. Tries again. Buries the jump shot. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team. Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Anthony on the wing. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Lillard's checked in for Derek Jones. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Morris.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. He clearly has something left to offer.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Lillard against Williams. Puts it up from 12. And again, it's Portland converting.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Clippers trail by 4. 52 seconds left in the third. Kicks it out to Leonard. On the wing, but 2. And the Clippers miss again.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Outside Hood. And there's the pass to Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Williams with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. That one drops for him.
And just a fluid offensive talent with really a knack for getting to his spots. Williams so hard to keep up with.
Lillard with no one around. Lillard again missing. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Baca is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Anthony dishes to Hood. Anthony left side. And that one drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
It's stolen by Little. And they're moving it up. Goes up. And it's Little finishing it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Hood against Leonard. Dishes to Ibaka. Count it.
At time.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Batum against Anthony. Outside, Jones. Back to Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Jones, the pass to Little. Over Ibaka. Here's Anthony. Banked in off the glass. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
And here's Leonard. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Leonard. Morris into the lane. Can't cash in from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Lillard against Beverley. And Lillard kicks to Little. Cantor trying to free himself up. And it's Lillard missing. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Clippers trail by 4. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Beverley, the pass to Kennard. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lillard outside. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Beverly against Lillard. He dishes it to Little. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clippers trail by 4. Right side, George. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 4 this quarter.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Pass to Lillard. Count it. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Here's George. Here's Zubac. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, known for his unique personality, Cantor also remains a solid role player, someone his teammates enjoy playing with.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Little. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard.
And that is just a huge bucket from Beverly. I mean, he just has a knack for coming through in big ways for his squad.
Now, here's Lillard. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Passes it to Trent. And Lillard gets double teamed. It's good. Lillard's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
A shot by Batum, no good. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it.
Were you looking at plugging in Lonzo from the offensive standpoint or the defensive standpoint in the lineup?
I would say more than anything, just me being comfortable offensively dribbling with him. It's like Luka just came out on Friday, I believe, right? And so that's a short turnaround. You don't have that much time to play with him. And so I played maybe 2 competitive games with him, and I'm not that comfortable with him. Luka's probably the better player, but I'm not as comfortable. So just as far as just my comfort level with
A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. James kicks to Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Batum with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard dishes to George. His three-pointers off the mark. And Morris has got the ball here for the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Here's George after the basket by the Lakers. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Schroeder. James. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, the work ethic of LeBron is admirable. I mean, even when he's not involved in the play, he's still getting it done on the glass.
Outside, Batum. Beverly, the pass to Batum. George dishes to Batum. Shoots it up. Another one falls for the Clippers. Well, we all know, Clark, the travel in the NBA is just exhausting. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up.
Kevin, I tell you, some of the old-timers would say, hey, they travel in charter planes today and five-star hotels. They haven't seen anything as far as rough travel. But you're right, it takes a toll. But players are well accustomed to navigating the cadence and rhythm of traveling and still being ready to play.
Offensive rebound. Here's Gasol. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And George kicks to Batum. Can't hit that one. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Hitter passes to James. Gasol against Batum. Batum with the steal. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. And stolen by James. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Leonard with the steal. Ibaka finds Batum. Back to Leonard. Now here's Beverly. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
So agile, Ibaka, able to quickly come up and set the screen, then quickly rolls into position for the score.
Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. Offside Gasol. Morris with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. No good from Gasol. Clippers leading by 4. Kicks it out to Leonard. Three-pointer. Morris with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Basket good. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the night.
KCP is a guy who can pull up from 3 just as easily as take it to the cup. He's a tough cover in transition.
Leonard on the wing. Pass to Batum. Right side Leonard. Outside George. Count the basket. George has got his second bucket.
Boy, he's really feeling it right now, shooting a high percentage to start this game.
From deep, James. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Leonard gets it to go.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Now Schroeder. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Nobody near Leonard. No good on the 3. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 6. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Passes to Zubac. Shoots from 8, and they pick up 2. Zubac has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Now here's Williams. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's stolen. And James with a clear path to the hoop. And James throws it down hard.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Jackson looking around, and there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Now here's Jackson. T right on him. Ball stolen. And it's the Lakers on the break. Pushing it up. And that one's good. Caruso. Caruso's got it all tied up now for the Lakers.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Now here's George. Defense is right there. Zubac the pass to George. And it's blocked. And he recovers it. They shoot again. And Zubac puts it in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Caruso. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific at the...
Oh, what a dunk!
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Down low. Here's Harrell. It's hauled in by Zubac.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Zubac against Harrell. Inside, Horton Tucker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Marc Gasol's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
There's a minute left in the second quarter. And he banks in the layup. Beverly's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Beverly against Caldwell Pope. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And really impressive athleticism of Beverly. I mean, rose up quickly for the tenacious slam.
Caldwell Pope outside. From outside the arc, Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And now the fast break. George with the ball.
Oh! Oh, man. And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
And so it's the loss. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
LeBron dishes to Schroeder. And the rejection by Ibaka. Fires the three. And they double up LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
So it's the Lakers now. Just 3 to shoot. It's deflected.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed
that was a strong dunk.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. There's the pass to Beverly. It's George on the wing. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Marc Gasol. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There is no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
To the wing right side. Kuzma outside. Back to LeBron. It's Kuzma penetrating. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight. Clippers leading by 9. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Williams got it. Good job in the low post.
Sliding his way inside. Williams taking advantage of that late reaction by the defense.
James looking around. Pass to Harrell. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside, George. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding them.
Here's Schroeder. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
To the inside. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And stolen by James. It's Schroeder with the drive. Good on the shot. Here's Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Outside for George. Here's Zubac. Another shot. And it's good on the way in. Zubac has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Williams with the steal. Up top, Morris. Guarded by Kuzma. Here's George. And there it is for him. And that's now 19 points for George.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
That one goes in. George has got 21.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Clippers on top. Ending the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Marc Gasol. Markieff Morris is out there with Caldwell Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. Here's Caruso. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Jackson with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And it's been said that history is written by the victor. It certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA and basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings, but measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. To the middle. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. No good on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Inside. Leonard with the steal. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Lakers. Outside Leonard. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and a lot was let go on the floor to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. 1:15 left to play in the final quarter. Off target on the 15-footer. The Lakers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Ibaka, good on the short little jump shot.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
From deep three-point range, and it's Beverly missing. Caldwell Pope outside. And that one hits back iron. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the line. Let's take a look at the numbers for LeBron James.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at 2 guard. And here's Portland. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem.
Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a
play? Unbelievable.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
James outside. Lakers passing it around. A nice shot by Gasol. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and start, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to Sacramento. And the pass to Gasol. The 3 from LeBron out to the right wing. Schroeder against Lillard. Takes the 13-footer. Offensive rebound. Caldwell Pope outside. Gasol on the high post. Back to LeBron. 5 on the clock. And finished off by LeBron.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Gasol kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Terrific play call, and that's where you want to see Marc Gasol. He can use his combination of skill and size.
Lillard the pass to Kanter. Back to Lillard. Down low. Gasol with the steal. James outside. Morris kicks to James. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Completely in rhythm that time. LeBron working off the catch and shoot.
Lillard, right side, pulls up, shoots over Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And he's good on the second.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
LeBron drives in, and James throws it down.
As soon as you give him any room whatsoever, he is always looking to attack and make you pay.
Lillard outside. Cantor against Harrell. Poked away. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Damian Lillard. 4th in scoring, 6th in free throw percentage. And such a great distributor and decision maker, among the top 10 in assists per game.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. James dishes to Harrell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now here's Lillard, guarded closely.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
James looking it over. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And James throws it down.
The king, timeless, saying, I'm going to keep doing what I do until they catch up with me.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Kuzma against Anthony. Simons, the pass to Lillard. It's good.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Caruso kicks to James to the left wing. Harrell down low. And good that time. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so it's the long. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard position. Covington dishes to Carmelo. Portland moving the ball, and Cantor throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Here's Harrell. It's Kuzma penetrating. Back to Harrell. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D from Cantor.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
By himself, and James throws it down hard.
Respect. LeBron showing the artistry that other players could only dream of.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the paint. Here's Cantor, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
To the inside. Here's Hood. Makes it off the glass.
He scores from everywhere. Inside, outside, in between. Hood can fill it up.
Pass to Horton Tucker. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Over to the wing. Pass to Harrell. Shoots from the elbow. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Trailblazers trail by 7. Covington passes to Simons. Kicks to Hood. Inside. Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. The pass to Caruso. The feed to Harrell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Jones, the pass to Carmelo. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Passes it to Gasol. Over Jones. Gasol, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. Plays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 11 points.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Morris with the bucket. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Jones. Here's Lillard, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Jones, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. Jack, how does Damian Lillard... And...
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
We've got Robert Covington, also Enes Kanter out there, Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard, the pass to Jones. It's stolen by Morris. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Trailblazers shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. So they take the lead. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Lillard against Schroeder. No one near James as he lets it go. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Crazy to think about how many seasons LeBron's played and how many nights we've seen him do this.
Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
Here's LeBron. Good D by Jones.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Rebounded by the Lakers.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that's... He went high.
That was nice.
That was a great job creating in transition. LeBron, using his speed, puts himself in a position to attack.
Covington finds Lillard. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Rodney Hood's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Schroeder dishes to Harrell. Clock at 6. For the lead. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Harrell.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
Nobody near Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out to Morris. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Pass to Caruso. And he converts the layup. And now a 4-point Laker lead.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Lillard against Schroeder. Trent, it's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
1:31 left to play in the third. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Marcus All's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. LeBron comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Alex Caruso.
It's interesting. Gasol entered the league as a big guy with raw tools. Now one of the most highly skilled centers in the game.
He hits the second from the line. Trailblazers trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jones up top, covered by Morris. And stolen by James. And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one is good.
And for Dennis Schroeder, that's a shot the defense will give him because of his ability to blow by people.
It's Jones on the wing. And Jones slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Schroeder passes to Gasol. 36 seconds left here in the third quarter. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Here's Trent. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Jones, the pass to Cantor. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
To the middle. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jones dishes to Cantor. Back to Jones. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Lakers. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's LeBron James. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. Bucket is good.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
Simons, the pass to Covington. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first points in this one. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Knocks it loose, and stolen by Lillard. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Anthony up on top. Now the pass to Lillard. From the line. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the dunk by Covington.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Money there shaves a few points off the lead, and the later we get into this game, the more you're going to see him attacking the basket.
Lillard, count it, and with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Harrell trying to free himself up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
LeBron against Lillard. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
When you need a big bucket, keep it in his hands. LeBron lives for this one.
Feeds it to Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Covington's got 4 this quarter.
Big time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Here's LeBron. Caldwell Pope dishes to LeBron. And the layup's good off the glass. James has got 10 points here in the second half.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
And, you know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol, and stolen by Lillard. And now here comes Jones leading the break. It's tipped. Lillard against Terrell. Covington trying to break free, and the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 24.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
1:15 left in the game. James gets to Gasol. Back to LeBron. An easy 2 points on the layup. 24 points for him.
The defender is left helpless to stop that. LeBron with too many tools in the toolbox and that killer instinct.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to Trent. 6 on the shot clock. The drive by Anthony. Good.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's James. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's on Damian Lillard.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Little, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're in front by 3. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they should play aggressive deep right out of this timeout and deny any fast, easy looks. The possibility of that 2-for-1 scenario is in play.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Pass to Covington. It drops.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
It's LeBron with the drive. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
The quick first step of James, along with his power, that's the difference on the drive.
Trent passes to Lillard. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge.
lock in a lot.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. Now it's ended.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And Lillard kicks to Covington. Back to Lillard. Over Beverley. Kanter trying to free himself up. Second shot opportunity. Passes it to Trent. Here's Lillard. Kanter. And Kanter able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
George passes to Leonard. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Here's Beverley. Banked in off the glass.
Patrick Beverley on the inside. Okay, we see you.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lillard dishes to Jones. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Listen, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out. This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Kanter kicks to Lillard. Back to Kanter. Down low. Fades. Rebound by the Clippers.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Beverley feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Batum, and the layup falls.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard outside. Covington passes to Lillard. That one goes. Count it. Lillard's got his second bucket tonight.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Here's Beverley trying to get open as Ibaka. And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard, right side. The putback, and Kanter able to finish.
Boy, I love the attitude of Kanter. He is relentless on the offensive glass. How about that throw down?
Beverly against Lillard. And here's Beverly. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's George. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Covington kicks to Cantor. Lillard outside. Pass to Covington. To the paint. Jones dishes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Stolen by Beverly. Yes, that goes in. Beverly's got 6.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
Lillard outside. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this.
I look to the times where
Greggy's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Rodney Hood, Anthony out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the point. Williams inside, covered by Hood, and the dunk by Zubac.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
Pass to Hood. And there's the feed to Kanter, stolen by Zubac. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Williams passes to Zubac. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Zubac has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Hood deciding where to go with it. Shoots. Anthony trying to get open. Hood can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Clippers moving the ball around. Jones against Kennard. Now Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston.
How about the focus of Lou Williams? Inside, able to finish. Nice.
Hood against Jackson. Hood dishes to Kanter. On the wing, Jones. Back to Kanter. Down low. Jones, no luck. Los Angeles leading by 14. Now, here's Kennard. And that one, good.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
To stop the run, and Jones slams it in.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Williams kicks to Zubac. The pass to Williams. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And here's Morris for three. And that one is off. Anthony with the defensive effort. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Jackson down low. Covered by Hood. Hood comes in with the double team. Here's Zubac. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Anthony kicks to Hood. Now the dish to Cantor. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Morris. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Williams with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Zubac. And the Trailblazers making a change here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Anthony looking it over. Cantor, the pass to Anthony. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
A dominating first half of basketball. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the greatest bench scorer in NBA history. And that does it for our...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there at Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. Gets in a row from the paint.
Lillard attacking, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Clippers leading by 20. And here's Beverly. He's got 6. And Leonard has it in the corner. Knocked away. Clock at 6. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lillard up top. Defended by Beverly. Lillard the pass to Cantor. Jones in the post, working on Ibaka. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And that one falls for Jones. And so Jones nails both of them. Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
And it's blocked.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
Tips it up. It's good on the putback. Trent's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. And Beverly kicks to George. And it goes down 2 points.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
Lillard outside. Inside, here's Cantor. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Here's Beverly. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
Lillard from outside. Covington kicks to Lillard. Here's Cantor. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Cantor's got 10 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Leonard on the wing. 1:12 left in the third quarter. Over Jones. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lillard dishes to Cantor. Back to Lillard. To the inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, Cantor is a smart, aggressive offensive player and very crafty at drawing contact.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Cantor drops them both. Clippers leading by 16. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And to me, guys, there's a level of physicality that Enes Kanter provides that's important to his team. He is unafraid of anyone, and that in and of itself is crucial.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Passes to Cantor. That's tipped. Paul George with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Lobs it up for Anthony.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Here's Zubac. With the clock running down, sends it home. What a shot!
You want drama? We've got drama. That's the way to end a quarter.
That is a way to fire him up, fire up the team. What a tremendous play.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Morris passes to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Poked loose. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Here's Hood. Here's Simons. 5 to shoot. Cantor finds Hood. They get it again. Pass to Simons. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Trent's checked in. Here's Beverley. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Beverley. Beverley's got 3 assists now in this one. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 18. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. The baseline J misses off the right iron. And Los Angeles guys shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
Right here.
Outside Hood. He kicks to Carmelo. To the middle. Outside Hood. Pass to Trent. Anthony against Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 20.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard, right side. Anthony, the pass to Trent. Here's Lillard. Here's Covington. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Batum throws it down.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Covington finds Lillard. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Down low, it's stolen by Ibaka.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard. Damian Lillard pulls it in. And now Portland on the break. High post shot. He can't hit that time. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Well,